I have been in your situation before, and I chose the path that I chose in life because I couldn't do it. And what's important is it's important to know what we can do. It's also important, really important to know what we can't do. You can argue that anyone can do anything, whatever, just work at it for time. Okay, okay, I can agree with that to a certain extent. I know myself, and I was in that situation. I thought, there's no way I can handle this situation. I'm just I know what kind of personality I am, and I am going to tell people exactly what I think, and that's going to get me into a lot of trouble. so, so the best thing for me to say is thank you for because I was offered just before I left London and moved to Slovakia to work there. I was offered a really nice job in a really nice school in London, and I spoke to the headmaster of the school, and the headmaster said, "Yeah, we want you to come and work for us. We want you to come and work in the school." And I said, I can't do it. I just can't do it because I said, "You're great, and the school's great, and the teachers are great, but it's me. I know that there will eventually be some kind of conflict there, and it's not going to be good for everybody. And I know that I can't quite change that element of my personality to fit in there. So I'm going to go in a different direction. Thank you, and good luck to everybody." And so it's yeah. I talked earlier about pay grades, and look at it this way: you're not paid to inform the students as much as you're paid to manage your own emotions around them. The payment is not so much for results as it is for survival in that kind of environment. And so the payment is much less about the transfer of information. The job is much less about educating than it is about surviving the artificial environment that has been created because school is like some wild, crazy computer game. But you've only got one life. So you can't die and come back to life again. And for that reason, it's extremely complicated. And for that reason, we need to understand that the self-control and self-management of our own emotions is key, because when we lose it, we lose it all. When we lose emotional control, we've lost everything that's important to us. Because when we lose emotional control, we lose logic. And when we lose logic, we're everywhere and nowhere at the same time. It's a nightmare. Look at those key people and look at them. Look at the key sportsmen. They're composed and focused. Look at a referee during a football match, which is I kind of relate that to teaching, right? Look at the referee in the middle of the football match. Confident, sure, direct, composed. Probably the most difficult job in the world. Next to policeman or teacher, perhaps. Yeah, and I often look at the two teams of 11 players trying to kill each other on a football pitch, right? They're not supposed to kill each other, but they're trying to kill each other, right? They're supposed to be nice to each other and play like men, and it's like animals, right? It's wild and crazy. And there's one man in the middle who has to make sure that everything functions, everything runs, that everything works. Um, and that's kind of what the teacher is employed to do, is as much manage themselves. And we can't ever control or manage anything that's happening externally, until we control and manage the thing that's happening internally. Until we have an internal experience of anything at all, any specific thing at all, we cannot handle that thing in the external world. We need to have that internal experience within ourselves before we can handle it, before we can understand it in the external world. We can't teach something to other people that we haven't managed within ourselves. We definitely can't teach something to other people we have no control of within ourselves. If we can't control our own demons, how can we teach other people to manage theirs? It's absolutely impossible. Control begins with self-control. Techniques of management. When I have something important to say to my children, when there's a crucial situation, I try very much not to raise my voice, but to do the opposite, to lower my voice. Because the louder your voice, the less people will listen to you. And the quieter and softer your voice, the harder people have to listen to get the message. That's the problem.